Hi, Professor Grams. I'm Jiang Zhao, and today I'm going to have an interview with you, and the interview will last about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And my topic is that social media will influence the pace of life, and my point of view is that social media will lead to disorder in the pace of life.
Mm-hmm.
And we are in a society in a hurry, and for years we have been told that faster social media is a better kind of lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
We have been cramping up the speed at which we operate, and life is becoming increasingly faster. I believe that our faster pace of life stems from the fact that social media collapsed the space and time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Professor Grams, how do you think that social media will influence the pace of life in terms of your perspective and experiences?
I think what you're saying is exactly right. I think it speeds everything up very fast, and not only speeds it up, but also makes people be very distracted. So then that makes the pace of life seem not very relaxing. So that also contributes to it seeming and feeling faster.
Okay, so do you ever experience that you are working, you have been interrupted by Facebook or Instagram? And if so, how many times do you interrupt by them in a day? And how long do you spend on Facebook when you are interrupted by it?
That's a great question. Usually when I'm actually at work, so I mean, as a professor, I work in this office at this, here, and then I also work at home, right? So I basically feel like I'm at work like all day, every day, all night, every night. So it's hard to make a distinction of like, now I'm not working, so I would just be on Facebook when I'm not working. I feel like I should always be working. So when I'm here, mostly the interruptions I get are from my email. But one thing that does happen is I get an email, and it might be from, say it's like an inspirational quote, and then I want to put it on my Facebook page because I have a mindful communication Facebook page. So then I want to post it there. But when I go to post it, I immediately forget what I'm doing. And then I'm like, oh, look at that. And then I'm looking on Facebook, and then I have to be like, oh, stop. No. So that distracts me, but usually I'll hopefully remember, within a few minutes. But at the end of the day, then sometimes I get on Facebook. Like if I'm waiting for my partner to come and pick me up, and then sometimes maybe he doesn't come for a while, but instead of realizing like, oh, this is taking a long time, I should go back to work now, I just am like, oh, look. And I know so many people, right? So Facebook, it takes, as long as I could devote to it, it would take that long time. It takes forever. Yeah, right. So, and then I try not to look at it and until the end of the day. So at night I might look at it, but then that keeps me from going to bed. So then I'm missing. And then Instagram, I don't look at Instagram at school. So that's easier. And I usually don't look at Twitter at school. So that's usually easier. And sometimes in the morning I look at Instagram, but I've been so busy. Like I'm very interested in photography, so I take a lot of pictures. Well, in the past I have taken a lot of pictures, and I used to always post on Instagram and look at everyone else's photography. I don't have time. So that kind of fell off the plate, and I don't really go on Twitter that much.
So do you think like checking photos of others on Instagram will kind of squeeze out your time? For example, you can go outside and take pictures of yourself, or like spend time with
looking at someone else's picture. Or taking a picture and then putting it on Instagram and then looking to see whether anyone liked it. It's like, wait, that's stupid. But I don't know, I really like sharing pictures on Instagram when I had time. And I really like some people that are actually artists started following me. Actually from China. So they have like really beautiful, and one person is an international food writer, travel writer, I think food writer. I think she's from Hong Kong, but she travels like all year long. She's always somewhere fabulous. And then another person is like a glass artist who's Chinese, and then they travel a lot and they're looking at different museums and different artists. So it's very interesting to see what they're doing. And then other people who are just very artistic, right? So I felt very honored that they would follow me, and I like to look, so I don't really care about using Instagram as a way to keep up with friends. It's more like artistic. But I don't have time. I still don't have time. So in the summer I could do it, but now I can't do it. you know. But I mean, it's true, right? Like you could just go outside and take pictures. Like you don't need to be on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or you could just go outside and look at how beautiful things are
Yeah.
and not even take pictures of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that way. I think, oh, I should take a picture. Get my camera.
That's great.
Yeah, or get my phone, right? Because I always have my phone. So
Yeah.
I can always take pictures.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't been doing it lately. Just because partly I'm so busy. And then the other part is when you're so busy, you don't see the same way. So that's unfortunate though.
So I saw some shopping information on Instagram. Like the Thai people like to post on some luxury things on Instagram, and they also like some customers like to show what they buy on Facebook or Instagram. So do you check on their photos?
No. I don't care about stuff like that because I don't really shop online and I don't really shop at all. You know, I mean, like I just wear whatever I have. So I don't really care, but I see one or two people that I know on Instagram that, you know, I actually know the people are very, like one girl is a style editor for In Style magazine. That's one of our alumni. And another, she's amazing. And so sometimes she'll have like, she always looks very glamorous. And then sometimes she might have like something, you know, some purse or something. But I just don't care. I don't care about that.
Okay.
And then another one of my, one of our alumni she's very interested in fashion, and she has the most adorable little son.
Wow.
He is so cute. I mean, so cute. And then she dresses him like so cute. Right? So then I look at, you know, then I like to look at that because he's really, really super cute.
Yeah.
He needs to be a model.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
So do you think like people check on Facebook or Instagram, like those kind of things, instead of go shopping with friends? Do you think this kind of real situation is better than checking on Facebook or Twitter?
I do because for me, I have to try it on and look at it. Like I can't buy stuff online. Like I just can't. Like, you know, like shoes, how can you buy shoes without trying them on? Like they might hurt your feet. That's very important.
Yeah.
Right? But on the side of my Facebook is always fashion ads.
Oh.
I don't know, I must have looked at something, right? So it always shows like really cute, and they're cute. Like they know my style. I'm like, oh, this is cute, but I won't click on it because I'm not gonna buy that.
Yeah.
You know? Yes, I would rather go shopping, and yes, with friends, and like look and what do you think? Does this look good? But on the other hand, I don't do that very often either because I don't have time. So just, you know, maybe in the summer or something.
So do you think that checking on Facebook shopping or like to see what the item's description is a kind of a disorder to the routine life or family?
I mean, I feel like it's just a way of wasting time. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and I know people that they're on Facebook all the time. And you know, they have kids.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So
what does your kid do? You know, like you're on Facebook for like 3 hours. You are not paying attention to your kid.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know, or even people like they're walking their dog, they're looking at their phone, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're just ignoring the people, and then, you know, people ignore other people too.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting beside a person and you're just like,
Checking the phone.
it's just, I don't know, I don't like that. I mean, but I also understand it because sometimes I want to look at something and I'm trying to talk to someone. So usually I try to be like, put the phone down, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it just, you know, it takes away from actual life as a embodied person.
Yeah.
Because you're putting yourself into a tiny space.
Yeah.
You know, all of your attention into that tiny space, and there's a whole world around you, and you're totally missing everything.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, or sitting at a computer. I mean, at least with a phone, you could sit outside.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're sitting at a computer, it's just like,
Yeah.
you miss everything.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and the hours go by and you don't even realize it. That it does something to time. I mean, I think that's what you're talking about in a way.
Yeah.
Right? Like the pace of life, that's part of it. But somehow, because there's always just like one more interesting thing, it does something to time. Like time just passes by,
Yeah.
and you have no idea. There's no natural like beginning or end. It's just, it's endless, and it you know, it could go on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
And then eventually, hopefully, something will interrupt you and you'll get up from the chair. But otherwise, you may be there forever.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And there are a lot of pages on Facebook, like official page or some message about a movie or about a book on Facebook. Do you think reading on these things on Facebook is better than reading a book in everyday life?
I mean, no, but I have to say that there's a lot of times that there's a lot of articles that my friends post on Facebook that I wouldn't see.
Oh.
You know, like
Yeah.
sort of news articles or articles about, you know, different academic issues or different problems that different academic people are having. You know, so I get news. I mean, I get my news from Facebook because I don't watch I don't watch TV, so I don't really see the news. So it's important that way, but that's different than reading a book.
Yeah.
So I don't like read. I try not to read on the computer or read on the phone, but I do read like short articles on Facebook if it's something that someone posts. And then those are also endless, right? Because then the comments are interesting, and then there's something else, and then you're like, oh, that's interesting, and then you don't even know where you ended up, right? And then the other problem is, because I'm not very sophisticated, if I'm reading that article on my phone and I think, oh, my students should read this, then I'm like, okay, how do I get this? You know, then I have to like send an email, send it to myself in an email so I could work with it at school and post it on Blackboard. So it's just like, it seems like a lot of trouble. So the Facebook doesn't connect up. So when I could use the things I read on Facebook to help me in my teaching, it seems like it's kind of like trouble.
Yeah.
You know, like to get it from out of Facebook into like really onto Blackboard.
Yeah.
You know, you can't like share to Blackboard. You know, that's what I need.
Yeah.
Something like that. So sometimes it's, it could be useful. You know, but then the other thing is that's sort of an entertainment space, right?
Yeah.
So Facebook is sort of more like for entertainment, but then it's like, oh wait, maybe I need this. So then I have to like switch gears to like, okay, teaching mode, and how do I, you know, put it over here? So it's pretty interesting. But reading in terms of reading a book, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that online, for sure.
So do you enjoy this kind of atmosphere of reading a book, have a coffee or tea on the desk?
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, I would love that. But usually I have so much stuff going on that I don't really get to just like sit and read. You know, usually it's like, okay, I need to read something for class, or, you know, I'm grading, or not grading, but, you know, giving feedback on reading notes or journals or something, and I'm, you know, reading and writing that, and then I'm reading a chapter or reading some background. So it's more, it's not really reading for pleasure.
Yeah.
You know, like I read for pleasure my whole life. Like I was always reading, like all day, every day, really. And then when I became a professor, then I never really had time to read for pleasure anymore because I always had to read for work. And so I haven't gotten back to that kind of just, you know, like sit down, have some tea, you know, just sit and read. I might read the newspaper, you know, like when I eat breakfast, I read the newspaper.
So,
that's true.
Do you have anything that you want to add to the topic?
No, not really. I mean, I'm pretty interested in this topic though, you know, actually. So I was just reading an article yesterday that I think I might have gotten from Facebook actually, where the professor said no more electronic devices in class because he said it's so irresistible.
Yeah.
Like, so he said, you know, I thought that I should just tell the students, like, well, you're grown up, you decide, and, you know, I should make myself more interesting so that you won't be, like, playing on Facebook while I'm lecturing. And he said, eventually, when he did some research and he thought about it, he said, there's no way. Like, it is irresistible, and they can't help it.
Oh.
So he told them, like, no, you just can't have it at all because you cannot resist it. And he said, like, when the notification comes up. So when I'm working on this computer, like it comes up like, oh, you got an email, and it'll show me like who it's from and tell me like the subject line, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's so stupid, like I'm like, oh, I need to look at that. And I'm completely distracted from what I'm doing. And he said when people are in class, even if they're trying to take notes, if they don't turn all of that stuff, all those notifications off, there's no way that they can pay attention. So he said, I'm not trying to be their parent or something like that, but I'm just recognizing that it's not an issue of them having a strong willpower.
Yeah.
It's irresistible. It's made to be irresistible, and to do them, you know, I do them a kindness by just telling them like no. So it was really interesting because he's like an IT person, like he's a technology person. That's his job and everything. And so, but he said no.
Oh, so that's the reason you want us to like close all of the Facebook.
Yep, all of it, yeah. Yeah. And I take, you've seen me take people's phones. I'll take phones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
I took your phone before, but you were using it for something to record or to do something for the class.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious because in my diversity class, and we do meditation in there, but it's in a regular classroom.
Mm-hmm.
So we turn the light off. So there's a kid sitting here,
Mm-hmm.
and we look at him and we say, like, turn the light off. So he turns the light off. The
Mm-hmm.
meditation's over. I ring the bell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at him like, turn the light on.
Mhm.
Well, he's going like this. So I know he's on his phone. I'm like,
Yeah.
Devante, give me your phone. He's like, crap. The next day, he did the same thing. I'm like, dude, I already showed you yesterday, like, I can see that you are on your phone, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at you so you can turn the light on.
Mhm.
Like, you need to be paying attention. Like, he's so, like, oh, meditation is over. I got to check my phone. It's like,
Yeah.
no. So it was hilarious to me because I could see, like, the first time, like, you think maybe I won't notice, but you already saw you got caught yesterday.
Yeah.
So now I probably have to tell him before class, you just give me your phone so you won't get in this problem anymore. But it's irresistible.
Yeah, I see.
So it's pretty interesting.
Thank you.
You're
So
very welcome.
that's all the questions I want to ask, and
Yes.
I'm very appreciative for your help.
Oh, you're welcome.